Good evening, everyone, and good morning to our friends at Waikato University. Today was day 8 of COP26 in Glasgow, and the theme was Adaptation, Loss, and Damage. We have another great lineup of speakers for you, so I'll be brief with my reflections. I really just wanted to give some highlights of the main event, or the kind of most publicized and highlight event today, which was Barack Obama speaking with COP26. And he had a lot of great things to say. The speech ran over, I think, just about 45 minutes, and I took pages of notes and wrote down a lot of quotes and things that he said. But I think I'll just sort of summarize the second half of his speech, because you can check this out for yourself. And it was really addressing young people across the world and, you know, their importance in pushing climate justice forward and help combating the climate crisis. And but he did say, you know, he was going to be blunt about things that young people need to do. You know, it's great to protest and it's great to do a lot of things, but they do need to use their vote to be able to make real change. I think he said, don't think you can ignore politics. You don't have to like it or be happy about it, but you do need to be a part of it because this is what delivers. And I think that's really important because a lot of people that are a little bit jaded about politics or voting or in each of their respective countries, one of the main ways to be able to change something is to vote and get politicians in that will push forward the climate agenda instead of ignoring it or denying it. And the last thing I'll leave you with that he said, again addressing young people, was stay angry, stay frustrated, but please channel that anger, harness that frustration, and keep pushing harder for more and more. Prepare yourself for a marathon. This is not a sprint. And he said, I'm ready for the long haul if you are, and let's get to work. So it's just a really great speech by former President Barack Obama, which you can check out online. So for today, we actually spoke to somebody in the mental health field about something we haven't yet touched on regarding the climate crisis, which is climate anxiety and that sort of feeling of helplessness and, you know, where that comes from and why it's so important now to address that issue. We spoke to another youth climate activist, and we've got another delegate giving their reflections on their time at COP26. So please enjoy, and we will see you tomorrow for day 9.
Hi, I'm James Brown, and I'm up for COP26 to see how we're going to try and solve the various challenges which climate is throwing up to us at the moment. And one of the things which struck me straight away during my time here is how the momentum is coming from the bottom of the pyramid, the younger people, and that is fantastic. I'm lucky enough to have been involved in education for a number of years, and I've seen the way in which the system has tried to explain what's going on, but there have been more questions asked, quite rightly, by the youth of today as to what we're going to do for their future. And the great thing about this conference is that it gives access to people. And last night I was fortunate enough to be at a reception where there were people from different parts of the world, ages 15 to 24, all of whom were concerned about the way in which the world is moving and trying to solve these problems. And one of the things I've found in my job in mental health first aid is that there is something called climate anxiety amongst the young people. They want to bring people into the world. They want a world which is going to be safe, a world in which the climate is one which we have responded to those issues which are there for us to look at. So that is why it's so important for the big nations to get together and make sure it's 1.5. That is a crucial figure. They must do that. And I think what is happening with a conference such as this is that it creates the conditions whereby people realise what really matters in life. And that is something which has come through from time and time again. I've had people come up to me and say, well, what are you going to do about it? And I can say to them, the great thing is that at least we're talking about it now, but we're putting together some action. And I agree with the youth of today. There hasn't been enough action. And sometimes you have to go extra parliamentary to make sure there is action. So that's why it's great to go out on the streets, show your passion, show what you need, and also show people that you care. And the great thing about tomorrow is that we can plan for it. And I'm very much encouraged by what I've seen here. And as someone who's lived through different ages, where there's been different aspects about what pollution means and how you define it and so on, now we've got a curriculum in place which is actually educating people. I like the idea of these climate leaders. I like the idea of more involvement by young people. And I know that in the long term, we will get together and solve this problem.
I'm Lian Chen. I was studying psychology in Edinburgh Uni last year. I'm really glad that I got invited to this event, and I feel like Taiwan is it's really good for the world to know that Taiwan is doing green energy as well, because as a really small country and small island, we don't really get that much publicity. So and being able to host this event shows how much we care about the environment as much as the rest of the world. And coming here, meeting all these people, make me feel like, wow, Taiwan is getting a lot information, and I'm getting information as well, like myself. I'm learning from a lot of different countries. I'm learning from a lot of different perspectives, and I feel like this event is really good because as a small country, just as I mentioned, well, it's really hard for us to let the world know that we really care about them. So I feel like this event is really important to us and to our countries, and I'm really appreciate everyone that attended.
Some of the most valuable insights from COP26 have been through meeting people in a variety of fields and looking at their perspectives and understanding their views and their ideas about how to mitigate this climate crisis. We've been speaking with people from the field of academia, like the University of Strathclyde, the University of Edinburgh, Oxford University, and we attended a Taiwan national reception over the weekend, where we met the Taiwan Youth Climate Coalition members and also people from legislature, business, academia, and the non-profit sector, all talking about various ways to mitigate climate change, using tools like renewable energy and using tools like divestment and adaptation.